Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has arrived in Seoul and met with South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, and she's set to visit the DMZ. For more, let's talk to our correspondent Jack Barton in Seoul. Hello, Jack. What can we expect from this visit?
I think we can expect a lot of diplomatic discussion. Kamala Harris, of course, only here because of the funeral of Shinzo Abe in Japan, a sideline trip. But with all that's going on at the moment, it's hard to believe that a senior US official wouldn't be visiting South Korea sometime soon. Given we've had a record number of DPRK weapons tests this year, it appears the tunnel number 3 at the DPRK's nuclear test site has been fully rebuilt and ready for a test at any time, and also the recent announcement by the DPRK that it is now officially a nuclear weapons state, and it can use its weapons preemptively, it says, in a wide range of circumstances. Amidst all of that, we have this strengthened relationship between South Korea and the United States, which sees large-scale naval exercises at the moment, the biggest since 2017, and we've just had big military operations. So Kamala Harris arriving really with a big focus on what is happening on the peninsula in terms of denuclearization and security, and underscoring that not just with her talks with the president this morning, but also heading, as you mentioned, to the demilitarized zone, a trip that she says underscores the strength of the relationship and the willingness of the United States to face any threat with South Korea.
Well, Jack, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol met with the U.S. President Joe Biden during the UN General Assembly, but the meeting was very brief. Can we consider Harris's visit as an extension of that meeting?
Yeah, absolutely. Since Yoon Suk-yeol has come to power earlier this year, he has struck a more hawkish tone. He has tried to build a deeper relationship with the United States, at the same time trying to balance his relationship with China, and sort of avoiding a face-to-face meeting with Nancy Pelosi while she was here would be a sign of that. But at the same time, he wants better security guarantees against this increasing DPRK nuclear arsenal. And we haven't heard what they've said in the meeting, but we know from South Korean officials and party members before the meeting began of what the key talking points were going to be, and finding some way forward with the DPRK was among them. However, economic matters are also very high. There is something called the Inflation Reduction Act in the United States, which essentially only gives tax credits to US-built electric vehicle cars, insists that many components are sourced in the United States, and this cuts South Korea out of that market. And electric vehicles is huge. It's the future for South Korean car makers, the big giant companies here like Kia and Hyundai. South Korea telling the United States this is essentially breaching the Trade Act. It's not fair, and many here sort of very angry about this because South Korea over the past few months has pledged so much investment, so many billions of dollars into the United States, and they feel this is something of a betrayal. So that is definitely, according to party officials, on the talking agenda as well.
Okay, thank you for the update. Jack Barton in Seoul.